field is now down to 3, leaving Dixon and Bob Wallace as the challengers to Mayor Scott.
Now, if Vignarajah's supporters follow his lead, they could give Dixon a boost as she trails the mayor by 3 points, according to our most recent polling. Tonight, Dixon joined City State's Attorney Ivan Bates for a crime walk in Federal Hill, laying out her plans for accountability.
Fox 45's Vincent Hill has that story, but our team coverage begins with Mackenzie Frost and how Vignarajah's announcement could shake up the race.
Thiru Vignarajah's name will appear on the ballot in the race for mayor, even though he's no longer running. Now he's asking his supporters to line up behind one of his previous rivals. Just like the temperature outside in Baltimore, the race for mayor is heating up.
I've never done this before.
And Thiru Vignarajah officially dropping out of the race.
And it became increasingly clear to me that it was important to show the people of Baltimore what unity looks like, what it means to put small differences aside for the sake of a broader purpose, a bigger vision, a greater goal. I simply can't stand to see another 4 years of what we have seen.
Now supporting Sheila Dixon.
There is something bigger at stake. The future of our city is at stake, and Brandon Scott imperils that future. Sheila Dixon is now our best hope of moving this city forward.
You have shined a light on many critical issues that too many of those in power have chosen to ignore. Choosing to step up out of this race is evidence of your love for Baltimore.
A recent Fox 45 News, Baltimore Sun, and University of Baltimore poll shows a tight race between incumbent Brandon Scott and Sheila Dixon. Scott with 38% of the vote, Dixon 35%.
Those people that are really dissatisfied with things are being split.
Pollster Steve Robbie telling Fox 45 News there likely wasn't a successful path forward for Vignarajah, and the voters who support him also are likely to support Dixon.
When you ask people who their second choice is, his voters would go to Dixon. I mean, most of them.
With early voting starting Thursday, Dixon and Vignarajah say they will work to ensure voters know the shape of the race. Meanwhile, Mayor Brandon Scott's campaign firing back in a statement calling both Dixon and Vignarajah corrupt politicians, adding, quote, Thiru's endorsement was for sale and Sheila Dixon was more than happy to buy it. During the news conference, did this endorsement come with any sort of promise of a future employment inside City Hall if Ms. Dixon wins?
Look, I'll be very candid. I shared with Sheila my ideas and my shared vision for this city. I told her the same thing that I told Brandon Scott 4 years ago, which is I want to be helpful. Let me know how I can be helpful. The only deal that we made is to commit to seeing Baltimore become the city that we know it can be. And I got a good job.
Vignarajah was also asked repeatedly about a conversation he had with the mayor prior to this announcement.
I don't talk about conversations with principals unless we are here together to talk about them.
Later, Fox 45 News learning Vignarajah apparently went to Scott offering to endorse him in exchange for being named police commissioner or city school CEO. Scott's campaign manager telling Fox 45 News, quote, Thiru approached the mayor offering his endorsement for this exchange. The mayor declined. Vignarajah pushing back, telling Fox 45, this is an example of why Brandon can't build a coherent team. He picks fights and treats governing like a game. That's not how conversations with adults go. Backroom deals are maybe what Brandon Scott strikes with his developer friends. It's simply not what public servants do. As the mayoral race grows more contentious, voters will ultimately make their decision come May 14th. When Thiru Vignarajah, Brandon Scott, and Sheila Dixon all ran for mayor in 2020, Scott edged out Dixon by just over 3,000 votes, and Vignarajah came in fourth. In the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.